Happy spring, everyone! Welcome back to another video. My name is Elunic, and today's video is a part of a really big collab. I don't think I've ever seen this big before. I think we ended up being 52 people in this collab, and we call it, well, Springcollab. The theme of the collab is, of course, spring, and the rules are you can build anything that has to do with spring. With CC, no CC, that was up to you. And it was first I like many ideas of what I wanted to make. I wanted to make a water can, that was a house. I did that and I didn't really enjoy it. And then I went to try and make a water can that was like split open, so you'd kind of walk into it, but then it kind of looked more like a dollhouse than spring, so I changed my mind on that one as well. Then I tried something with a lot of rocks, but that kind of felt more like Harry Potter feeling. So I didn't keep that. And then I went with a log house that was standing right up and down, but then I felt like I kind of already did this. So I didn't stick to that. And then I decided I want to do something with the log, and I've been watching internet and finding different things, and then I remembered the Tingling movie. When spring is coming and how all the fairies fly out with the seeds and stuff, and spring is starting, and I felt like that's kind of perfect, because when I was a child I always imagined that when spring is coming, the fairies fly around and that they actually have a secret place in the woods, and I want to make that feeling, and I also want to make it the fancy feeling that they are friends with the bugs around or the bunnies. And I felt it was kind of necessary to have that feeling into it, because then it's not just the spring collab, but it's also me as a child having my illusions of what spring is. Of course I knew what spring was, but for me spring is new life, and that's why I wanted to create something that represents, well, what can I say, new life. And that is, bunnies have their kids, and the flowers are everywhere, because spring for me is just a colorful season, and I wanted this build to be a colorful build, not just on the outside with all the flowers everywhere and frogs and stuff, but I also wanted to be colorful on the inside. So I had a lot of fun trying to figure out how do I want the inside to look like without completely overkill. I'm not gonna lie, I was really happy with how it turned out on the inside as well. I kept the log feeling inside on the wall as well, but added like colors of purple and yellow, and really want this to be looking like here is where the spring fairy lives. This is her cottage, so I made her bed looking like she is sleeping in one of those princess beds. I'm not really sure what they are called. Are they called princess beds? Anyway, I tried to make one of those, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. You can see all the images in the end, but this was really fun to make. I think I enjoyed it. It made me smile making the little house for that bunny, and it really made me smile, making those mushrooms really big, adding small lights to it, and even adding that little mushroom on top of the chimney. It kind of gives it that little the extra fantasy that it needed. And so yeah, that was my inspiration of it. I was thinking about having a thumbnail where my sim is dressed up as a fairy, but I kind of left it out. I hope it kind of gives the feeling of Spring Elf Cottage, which is supposed to be, and that it gives you that feeling of fantasy, and that you enjoy looking at it, because that's kind of what it's supposed to be. Spring is now coming to Norway. You can tell it's getting warmer, the days are longer. Situation maybe not the typical spring where everyone is just all over the place, but I think people are noticing that spring is coming, and I can absolutely tell when I look at my animals that we are having spring. They are more awake and they want to move around, and really are enjoying themselves just sitting in the sun and looking outside the window. And so I can tell that spring is in Norway now. It's green everywhere at the moment, but I went for a walk the other day and I saw some so nice images when I was walking along a big water, and you can see small tiny flowers popping up everywhere, and this is that typical winter spring flowers. I really enjoy watching it. It's so nice. It really gives you that feeling that new life is starting, and that's what spring is for me. It's new life. So this build represents new life. That's why I have so much flower in it. That's why I have added everything into it the way that I have, because I want it to be colorful, happy, giving you that feeling of warmth and fancy, because spring is fancy. I mean, it is really fantastic to watch how things just move around in the springtime. That I have to admit, I always found that really interesting to just watch how everything, flowers and everything, just pops up everywhere, all the different colors, and it's absolutely one of my favorite seasons. When we had the collab, when it started, I don't really think that the plan was that we was going to end up with over 50 people, but we did. And I gotta say that, wow, that's so many people. It's kind of hard to think about what am I supposed to be building when you have over 50 people making this. And when you see the image of what people are making, it's interesting because it's so nice. People really have their own people really do have their own image of what spring is, and seeing all the different types of builds and ideas people have for a spring is really beautiful, and it makes me really happy. And especially during the times that we have at the moment, this really makes me happy to see that the little joy that we have at the moment really puts into the different builds that people have been making. It's really fascinating, and it makes me happy. I really say that it makes me happy. Myself, the last few weeks I've been home listening to books, because I can't really read, but I love reading, but sadly I can't really read nowadays because I have some problems with my eyes, so it's hard to read. But that's why I find it so joyful that we actually have books that we can listen to. So I found a lot of my favorite books that I haven't sadly gotten to complete, and I sat down and I've been listening to it, and it made me calm, it made me happy. I mean, you now finally can just enjoy it, just sit down and relax. I love that. That's super nice, and it makes the time go a little bit faster, and you finally find out how stuff ends. And I found some of my favorite books as well. I'm really a World of Warcraft lore fan, so all the books that they have made now that you can listen to, I think I bought them all, and I've been just enjoying myself so much. I know this game so well, so every time you listen to it, you can just see the images in your head. You know exactly where they are. And also I have another author, her name is Catherine Kerr, and she also made this, I think it was 15 books. And I haven't completed that series, but now I finally had the chance to do that. I love it. I mean, people think that maybe this is something you can do in the winter, but I don't know. When it's winter time for me, I'm more up into Christmas and snow. Not sitting down with a book. But when spring comes, I wanna go out, I wanna sit outside, I wanna read books, I wanna, I don't know, it makes me happy. Spring really makes me happy. The fact that we have, the days are longer, the wind feels fresh, you can see the birds are coming back, and spring is beautiful. At least for me it is. Okay, maybe I'm gonna end it here and let you guys watch the rest of this video. I hope everyone, well, at least as many as possible, are doing fine now. And please find something enjoyable to do during the time that we are in now. If it's watching YouTube or reading a book, or drinking coffee, cacao, you do you. But please take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, don't forget, there will be a link in the description box below where you can find all the people that's in this collab, and I absolutely gotta say, you need to check it out. It's so nice. It made me so happy. The few images that I've seen so far myself, it's so nice. I can't wait to see the rest of them, and yeah, I think you will enjoy them too. I really do. And so, happy spring to everyone. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, everyone.